Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. Uncamouflaged. It's a new card, was revealed a couple of days ago in, Lightning Overdrive, right? So it will be released in like May, I think, in the TCG. But the format might be a bit different when we actually get the card. Indirectly, I guess it's Monarch support, so I'm heavily focusing on Domain Monarchs. A couple of reasons. First of all, when I saw this card, I was like, whew, this card is so good. First of all, it's of course a Pendulum monster, Pendulum effect monster, Tribute monster by the way, but most importantly, it's basically an Upstart Goblin, so just activate it in your Pendulum scale, destroy itself to get a draw, so very similar to Upstart Goblin. On top of that, it sets itself up in the extra deck, so face up in the extra deck for you to special summon it directly from your extra deck to your side of the field, in your extra monster zone. But there is a big catch. So the card kind of reminds me of Red Layer, right? Basically Tribute Father on its own, but could be a Tribute monster in worst case scenario. But keep in mind is that, okay, like short set, this card is basically an Upstart Goblin. It gives you a draw, but, well, look at Stormfort, and that's the catch, I guess, of the card, is that, obviously, because it's a Pendulum monster, it will put itself face up in your extra deck. That will shut down Domain, keep that in mind. As soon as you have like one card in your extra deck, you won't get the lock your opponent from their extra deck with Domain. That's crucial, because that's basically your win condition. So that's a bummer, but okay, it does have its built-in special summon effect, so you're asking, well, that's good, right? Well, obviously, yeah, but again, there's one catch, is that as soon as you use its special summoning effect from the extra deck, you won't be able to use Stormfort, because again, you special summoned or you had access to your extra deck during that turn. And that's a bummer. That's a big bummer. Okay, like during your first turn, you obviously are not going to use Stormfort. If you're opening the duel, and that's what this deck wants to do, you want to go first, put up Vanity's Fiend and or Majesty's Fiend, maybe set Stormfort and then use it during their turn, like that standard domain / extra deck Monarch stuff. But that's a problem. Let's say if you're going second and your opponent has a big board, okay, the extra draw can definitely help, drawing into your combo pieces, into Pantheism, into Stormfort, into Tenacity, because again, let's face it, this deck is, like known for its bricks. That's true, but, triple Tenacity, triple Stormfort, triple Pantheism, the list goes on. And, this new card being like, I guess, a semi-Upstart Goblin. So yeah, what I was saying is that, okay, going second, the catch might be bigger, because again, you might want to, get that draw, maybe hopefully drawing into your combo pieces or stuff to break your opponent's board, like Stormfort Erebus or something like that. That's still very strong against 2DX, against Virtual Worlds, if they have one Calamities, like Calamities is fine, but, you need your power cards, and the thing is that, okay, if you got the draw off of your new card, it will face up in your extra deck, and if you want to special summon it, you can't use Stormfort. If you don't special summon it, it's stuck in your extra deck. So again, you won't have Domain life, and that could be important. Then again, if there's like a Vanity's Fiend on the field, okay, Domain or not having like a Domain up is not that important. Well, yes and no. I mean, if your opponent has impermanence to shut down Fiend or, Dark Ruler no more, then you definitely wanted to have your Domain. So, I mean, short set, it's just, the card is, when I first saw the card, I was like, ooh, this might be a 3-off, because again, Upstart, free Tribute Father, but after playtesting, it's currently a 2-off. I'm not sure if I want to keep it at 2, because again, that restriction of, your kind of the dilemma, right? That's how it was when you were running the extra deck variant of Monarchs back in the old school days with Brilliant Fusion, but you can't really compare that format with this format. It's much different, and of course, yeah, we had access to Brilliant Fusion, obviously, which did a lot for the deck. So not sure of this new card. Like, low-key, this card is definitely good, but I think I'm just going to drop it to 1, in all honesty. Like, if you're opening it with it, like going first, okay, it's just an Upstart and Tribute Father, so fantastic card. But, well, okay, yeah, maybe like a 2-off in the deck, it might just be, like a useful card, just like Upstart Goblin to, side deck out. for game 2 or game 3, because again the thing is that the build that I'm using is pretty much the same as or almost the same that I used a couple of like weeks ago in the Remote Duel Invitational. Made some small changes, like Mithra, added in 1 Mithra over the Eidos. 2 Eidos is okay. The Mithra just helps out dodging your opponent's hand traps and seeing that every deck is running triple Gamma, triple Impermanence, triple Blossom. You know, you need at least you want to have as low risks as possible, and normal summoning Idea and Eidos, well, that's a risk. That's a risk, right? So that's why Idea is also at 2. But nonetheless, those cards are still very strong, right? But it comes with a price. You're kind of sacrificing your normal summon until, yeah, if your opponent does have the negation, you're kind of stuck for the turn. Or you need to hope to have something like Escalation or Stormfort, right? That doesn't change. A couple of things that I, got in comments on the profile from back then, a couple of weeks ago, is, as you saw a couple of cards here in the quote-unquote side deck, stuff like, let me remember, like Danger Dogman. No, it's not good. Like, it's just RNG, random discard. I don't like it. It's not good. Monarchs Erupt, I have got a lot of comments on that, why I'm not running Monarchs Erupt. A couple of things is, well, like in today's format 2020 or 2021, is that stuff like Vanity's Fiend and or with Domain is basically game over against most decks. March is there, as an extra follow-up play for stuff like Impermanence, but I don't feel there's any reason you need the Erupt, right? It's very different compared to, let's say, to Draco from like a couple of years ago with Masterpiece or without Masterpiece and relying on stuff like Skill Drain and Monarchs Erupt or Vanity's Emptiness or whatever. It's it just doesn't work too well. I'd rather play like an Escalation in the main deck, if any. You could side deck Monarchs Erupt, but the fact is, or the problem is that it blocks your low-level monsters as well. Obviously, you're not going to activate it when, you're behind or whatever. Obviously, you want to activate it, or activate it if you have like a tribute on the field to negate your opponent's skill drain effect. Have it like a skill drain effect on the field, but not if your opponent is able to break the board and your Escalation is face up on the field. It will negate your stuff. That's so I don't like it. It's just, and that's the biggest reason why I don't like it that much in the main deck and also side deck, is that it's just extra Twin Twister fodder, like Harpy's Shadow Duster is back, Lightning Storm evenly matched. You're just forcing yourself to have more continuous spells and traps on your side of the field. And, Vanity's Fiend and Domain, even though Domain is a face-up spell, right? It does all that Escalation, or it does all that Erupt does as well, basically, and maybe even better. Just every deck is focused on its extra deck. So I don't feel there's any reason to main deck the Erupt, right? Yeah, that was the explanation. But the other cards, the Kuras number 2, I forgot this name, the blue card that's like, when it's like special summoned, you can bounce back a card on the field. It's okay, but I kind of prefer Kuras. Just one Kuras and Domain variant. I guess that's a bit better, but it's fine though. I might want to fight some space for that. Who knows? Depends on the format, really. But outside of that, not sure if there's any like differences. Just like the main deck, I'm happy with like the double of the new card. Might drop it to 1, depends, need more testing, but I feel it could be a staple in the deck, because again, it's so versatile. It's an upstart tribute fodder, but keep in mind that it might conflict with Stormfort. Magician's Souls I don't like, but Mystic Mine is something that I might side deck, just in case of going second. The biggest flaw of this deck is going second against like a heavy board, big board, double calamities, multiple negations, stuff like that. That's where this deck definitely struggles, so stuff like Mystic Mine sadly is, could help you out with that. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Victim signing out. Peace.